58,300 names. To see them engraved on a wall reminds us all of the price of freedom. The Vietnam Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. is visited annually by 4.5 million people. A new project seeks to add faces to the names of the veterans on that wall. Only on News 3, reporter Dave Delosier tells about the quest to add the faces of Wisconsin veterans.
James C. Ward.
There are the names.
Donald C. Voltner.
According to the Department of Defense, 1,161 Wisconsinites died in Vietnam.
And for 40 years, their names have been remembered.
Howard D. Strauss.
Now, in a classroom, students are putting faces to the names.
When uw-Milwaukee became involved in this project, there were 64 missing photos.
The goal is to find a photo to honor every veteran from Wisconsin who died in Vietnam. 1,097 have been found, but there's a reason why 64 have not.
When I saw that list, I said, these are the supposedly unfindable ones, or they would have been found already.
For months, the students searched.
I spent weeks going nowhere, basically.
I went down a lot of dead ends.
While they searched, what they didn't know was
I would do my research here.
120 miles away in Baraboo, 68-year-old Terry Kramer was searching too.
Well, I served.
An Army veteran, Kramer didn't serve in Vietnam, but finding the faces of those lost to time would be his way of serving them.
I guess it took me back to the time that I was back then.
In searching for the photos, he went down many of the same dead ends as the students. Old newspaper clippings gave him names of relatives, and he made more calls than you can count, until one day.
This was my first picture to come to me.
Thomas Herbert Smith. When you add a face to the name, will you begin to understand?
You know, he went to serve and he didn't come back. And that's tragic. We lost almost a whole generation of young men that way.
And in time,
these are all the young men that I've found.
More faces,
John Chapman,
were added to the names.
Getting the picture here and being able to post it and say, okay, that's one more face for a name.
One by one, Terry Kramer,
I was able to post 41 pictures.
Worked in conjunction with the students in Milwaukee.
As the semester progressed, he was like our shadow.
Finding the unfindable.
And you finally get that picture in your hand and you can say that you can share that with the world now.
Until 64 names
Nathaniel Merriweather
became 63 faces.
And that left us with Willie Bedford of Milwaukee.
And after months of searching,
I went through all the yearbooks and I looked and I went through like all of the actual portrait pictures and I couldn't find anything of him.
None of Willie Bedford's 5 siblings, who we've all reached now, have photos of him.
the search continues because
Willie Bedford.
just like everyone, Willie Bedford needs to be remembered as more than a name.
We will find Willie Bedford. I'm telling you right now, we'll find it.
In Milwaukee, this is Dave Delosier, WISC News 3.
The students and Terry Kramer believe they are very, very close to finding a photo of Willie Bedford. They have a lead on a photo, but have yet to confirm the identity of the person in that photo. All of those photos will be part of a Faces of Vietnam exhibit at an educational center to be built at the Vietnam Memorial Wall.